Good morning and welcome to this Tuesday session of Yoga Online. Sit comfortably. See that your base is firm. Lift the armpits away from the hips. Open the chest while moving the lower shoulder blade into the body. Lift your ears away from the shoulders. Lift the crown of the head slightly. Take your arms out to the side. Lengthen the wrists away from each other to open the chest. Turn the palms to face up. Breathing in, raise up the arms. Upper arms in line with the ear. Stretch the sides of the trunk. Turn the palms to face forward. Stretch the armpit, stretch the palms, stretch the fingers. The activity and energy in the palms. Join the palms together. Release your thumbs. Let the thumb rest on the sternum, the other four fingers away. Soften the abdomen. Focus on your breath. Chanting Om 3 times. Take a slow, deep breath in. Om. Slowly release your hands. Open your eyes. Wrap your fingers and palms around your knees and roll the shoulders back. We'll begin with a few spinal movements, moving the navel forward and the sternum forward, look up. And as you breathe out, take the navel back, take the sternum back, release the chin to the chest. Feel the entire spine becoming soft and flexible. Move the navel forward, lift the sternum, lift the crown of the head. And as you breathe out, take the navel back, round the back. Drop the chin to the chest. Maintain this position for a few moments. Breathing in, move the navel, move the sternum forward. Lift the crown of the head and lift the chest. Place your fingers, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathing in, raise up the arms. Down, lift the sides of the tongue, stretch the armpit. Lift the elbows, lift the wrist and spread the palms. Feel the length of the touch to the side. Place your fingers behind the hip, roll the shoulders back. Feel the lift of the chest. So we're not moving the chest forward. This time we're lifting the chest away from the floor. Pin your fingertips down. Feel the lift of the rib cage away from the floor. Soften the abdomen, move the navel back. Roll the shoulders back. From here, take your right hand behind you, take your left hand over the right knee, breathe in. And as you breathe out, maintain the lift of the chest and the softness of the abdomen as you twist. Feel the navel twist. Feel the shoulder blades turn and the chin. Maintain this posture for a few moments. Slowly release and change sides. Take your left hand behind you, take your right hand over the left knee. Soften the abdomen, lift the chest. And as you twist, feel the navel move. Move the shoulder blades and move the chin. Breathe out, feel the softness of the abdomen and twist a little more. Place your fingertips on the floor to support the trunk. Straighten out your legs and change the crossing of your legs. Change the crossing of the legs. Wrap both your palms around the right knee and turn the navel and sternum to face the right. Look forward. Lift and move the navel towards the thigh. Move the chest towards the thigh. Bend the elbow. So you're not taking the forehead down. You're taking the chest towards the thigh. Look forward. Maintain the length of the spine. Breathe in to come up. Change sides. Clasp your fingers and palms around the knee. Turn the navel, turn the sternum. Look up or forward. And as you breathe out, take the chest towards the thigh. Keep looking forward. One more time, turn forward, roll the shoulders back, keep the sides of the trunk lifted, keep the abdomen soft. Over to the right again. Look forward or look up. Take your chest towards the thigh. And from here, release your fingertips onto the floor and bend the elbows to take the chest closer. Release the head. Pin the left buttock down as you take the chest to the thigh. Your hands back. And one more time to the left. Bend the elbows to take the chest down. Walk your fingertips forward. Support the trunk with the fingertips. Pin the right buttock down to take the chest to the thigh. Do more length in the lumbar area as you extend. Breathe in to come up. Place both your fingertips in front of your knee. Walk your hands forward. Pin your fingers down. Move the navel down. Move the sternum forward and release your forehead towards the floor. Feel the lumbar spine stretch as you release. Feel the dorsal spine stretch and the cervical spine stretch. Out the legs, heels away from you, toes towards you. Stretch out the legs into Upavista Konasana. Change the interlock of your fingers, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms. Press the thighs down, move your heels away from you and your toes. Soften the abdomen, lift the rib cage, stretch the armpit, lift the wrist. The thighs press down, the heels move away from you and the sides of the trunk extend. Slowly release your hands, roll the shoulders back. Fold your legs in and come to stand. Come to stand with the feet hip width apart. Place your hands on your hips. Breathe in, lift the sides of the trunk, lift the chest. And as you breathe out, twist over to the right. Keep your hands on your hips. Can you press the left foot down firmly as you extend over to the right? Come up. And let's change sides. As you breathe out, twist over or bend over. Right neck. Up. Raise up both the arms. Extend the sides of the trunk. Release your right hand onto the thigh. Slide your right hand down the thigh and stretch over the left arm. Both feet are pressing down. Breathing up and let's change sides. Extend the right side of the body. Slide the left hand down and up. Release your hands into your hips. Roll the shoulders back. Stretch out your feet. Leg out. Keep the hip and trunk facing forward. Place your right hand on the right thigh. And slide your right hand down the leg, keeping the sternum facing forward, the navel facing forward, fist to turn forward. Breathe in to come up. As you breathe out, slide your hand down the leg a little further if you can. Feel the extension of the left side as you extend. Put the left foot down as you extend, and lengthen the spine and the rib cage away from the hips. Up. Turn over to the left. Turn the left leg out, the right leg in. Turn the hip and trunk to face forward. So we're focusing on the side stretch of the trunk. Place your left hand on the thigh, breathe in. And as you breathe out, slide your left hand down the leg. Not too much, but maintain the sternum and the navel facing forward. Slide your hand down and lengthen the rib cage and the armpits away from the hips. Feel the lumbar spine, the dorsal spine and the cervical spine lengthen horizontally. Breathe in. Time. Slide your left hand down the leg. This as far as you can, but keep the navel facing forward and the sternum. Can you take your feet further apart? Turn your right leg out, left leg in. The hip and trunk faces forward. Place your right hand on the thigh, and as you breathe out, slide across. Both legs active, both feet pressing on the floor, and now lengthen the rib cage away from the hip. Feel the horizontal extension of the spine. Bend the hip and extend the armpits away. From here, lift up the top hand. Lengthen your wrists away from each other. Face forward and the sternum to face forward. Top hand, breathe in to come up. And let's change sides. Turn your left leg out. Place your left hand on the left thigh. The navel and sternum faces forward. Slide your hand down. Turn the navel to face forward. There's an extension of the armpits away from the hips. Keep the legs firm. Roll the thighs away from each other. Press your feet firmly on the floor. Now take up the right. Revolve the trunk to face forward. Extend the wrists away from each other. Roll the thighs away from each other. But feel the length of the spine and the horizontal extension of the crown of the head away from the hips. Arms out to the side. Interlock your fingers, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms to face away from you, and stretch out the arms. Keep your feet wide. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, slide over or bend over to the right side. Feel the stretch of the left side from the foot to the hip, from the hip to the armpit, and from the armpit to the wrist. Breathe in to come up. Maintain the extension. And as you breathe out, over to the left side. Put the right foot down. Feel the extension from the right foot to the right hip, the right hip to the right armpit, and from the right armpit to the wrist. The feet are active. Feel the stretch of the side of the trunk. Breathing to come up. And release your hands. Change the bind of your interlock. Rotate at the wrist. Turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms. Upper arms in line with the ear. Navel and sternum facing forward. Keep your feet pressed down. Firmly. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, one more time, over to the right. Side stretching. This is an extension of the side of the trunk from the hip to the armpit, from the armpit to the wrist. Breathe in to come up. And over to the left. The heel to the hip, from the hip to the armpit, and from the armpit to the wrist. Up, stretch the armpit, take the upper arm slightly behind your ear. With a slight bend in the knee, release your palms to the floor. Go as far down as you can. Keep the knees bent, stretch the trunk, release the crown of the head, soften the abdomen and stretch the armpits, stretch the elbows and stretch the palms. Place your hands on your hips, breathe in to come up. Step your feet out once again as wide as you can. Roll the shoulders back. Breathe in, raise up the arms. A full stretch of the armpit. Take the upper arm slightly behind your ear. With the concave back, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Stretch your fingertips onto the floor. Look forward. Stretch the armpits away from the hips. Move your thighs back. Feel that length of the side of the trunk. Both heel your feet together. Place your hands on your hips. Breathe in to come up. Release your knees to the floor and come to sit on your knees. If you need to take extra support for the knees, it's perfectly fine. You can fold your mat double and kneel on it. Roll the shoulders back. Step your right leg forward so that the heel is in line with the left knee, and turn the navel and sternum to face forward. Breathing in, raise up the left arm. So we're focusing on the side stretch. And as you breathe out, stretch over to the right side. Feel that extension from the knee to the hip, from the hip to the armpit, and from the armpit to the wrist. Breathe in to come up, release your hand. Comfortable for you, stay here, or you can straighten your right leg. Keep the hip and trunk facing forward. Place your right hand on the right thigh, and like you did previously, slide your hand down the leg and slide it up again. Slide your hand down the leg, but feel the extension on the left side. Breathe in to come up. Up the left arm. And now stretch across to the right side. Keep your left arm parallel to the floor. Keep your right arm as close to the ankle, provided you turn the navel and sternum to face forward, and feel that stretch on the left side. Release and change legs. Come to kneel and fold your mat over so it cushions the knee. Come to stand on your knees. And step the left foot out so that the heel is in line with the right knee. Support your trunk by resting your hand on your knee. Raise up the right arm and a gentle stretch over. Feel the side stretch on the right side. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out, stretch again. Put your hands onto your hips. Straighten the left leg. This is known as Parigasana, which is the gate pose. It's an intense side stretch. Place your left hand on the thigh. Raise up the right arm. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, slide the left hand down and stretch the right side from the knee to the hip, from the hip to the armpit, and from the armpit to the wrist. Feel that extension. Breathe in to come up. Release your hands. One more time. Raise up the right arm, a full extension from the knee to the hip to the armpit, and from the armpit to the wrist. Place your left palm on the thigh. As you breathe out, slide the left hand down and a full stretch on the right side. Breathe in to come up. Place your hands and your knees together. And come to sit on your heels and take your knees apart. Lift the armpits away from the chest. Walk your hands over the right side once again. Stretch forward. Feel the extension from the left hip to the left armpit, from the left armpit to the left wrist. Walk your hands back and over to the left. Feel the stretch on the right side as you move over to the left. Back. Place your fingertips in front of your knees and stretch forward. Feel the length of the sides of the trunk. Move the hips back, move the groins back, stretch the armpit away from the hips. Just stretch your palms. Release the forehead tooth. Hands back. Your hands back. And come to lie flat on your back. Take your arms out to the side to form a T. Keep your feet on the floor, join your feet together, join your knees together. Look to the right and release both knees stacked to the left. Feel that stretch on the right side of the trunk, from the armpit to the hip and from the hip to the knee. Can you move your right knee over the left slightly? Feel more of a stretch. Soften the abdomen. Feel the softness of the abdomen. Lengthen your wrists away from each other to open the chest. Breathe in, raise up your knees. Release your gaze and change sides. Release both knees, step to the right, look to the left. Hands, draw your knees in towards the chest. Bhavan Muktasana. Soften the abdomen, draw your knees in towards the chest. Exhalation, draw the knees and the thighs closer towards the chest, softening the abdomen. At the same time, you bring length to the lumbar area. To the mat. Straighten your right leg, straighten your left leg. Roll the thighs away from each other, soften the abdomen. Turn palms to face up. Focus on just the exhalation. Place both your hands on the abdomen. Raise up your knees one by one, keeping your feet flat on the floor. Feel the softness of the abdomen, feel the shoulder blades release to the floor. Length in the side of the trunk. Raise up the right arm all the way past the right here. Roll over onto your right hand side. Lie there for a few moments. Just to come to sit. Come to sit in a comfortable posture. Pin your thighs down. Lift the trunk. Now feel the sides of the trunk extend. Raise up both arms. Feel the stretch and feel the length that you now have side of the trunk. Right wrist up, walk your left wrist up, feel that stretch of the trunk. The sides of the trunk have become long. Move that lower shoulder blade into the body, turn the palms to face forward, stretch the armpit, spread the palms, spread the fingers. Lift the rib cage, keep the abdomen soft. Maintain the height of the armpits, bend the elbows. Bend the elbows and lift the armpits again. Keep the sides of the trunk long, keep the chest open. From here, join your palms together. Rest the thumb on the sternum. Lifting the armpits, keep the softness of the abdomen. Move the lower shoulder blade slightly into the body. Roll the shoulders back. Feel those upper back muscles rolling down the back. And focus on the navel moving back and forth as you breathe in. Feel the length of the spine. The crown of the head is lifted. By lengthening the trunk, you're bringing an extension to the spine as well, and bringing activity into the nervous system. Just focus on your breath. Full inhalation and a full exhalation. Feel the breath running up the length of the spine as you breathe in. As you breathe out, feel the breath release down the spine. From the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head, feel the breath rise as you breathe in. As you breathe out, soften the abdomen and feel the breath releasing. Take one more slow, long, deep breath in. Slowly raise up your head, release your hands, and open. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a wonderful day, and we will meet tomorrow. Thank you.